You're not ready.
Not really.
Not ready for this radio.
I'm never ready, really.
I'm in my zone when I'm gaming at home. My controller plugged in and my games are turned on. Haters keep on hating. I don't think they want it, and I never run from nothing. But yeah, we run it. You know gamers run it, gamers run it, gamers run it. I know gamers run it, gamers run it, gamers run it. We know gamers run it, they know gamers run it. We game it every day, so we run it.
Yeah, what's up, Q?
What's up, Oreo?
Oh, just playing with my doll. Again.
Can you show me on the doll where it touched you?
Right here on the foot. I got touched on the foot by someone I didn't know. Yeah.
Ew.
You indeed. So, basically, we came up with a topic, like, I don't know, out of nowhere. We just made it up.
Okay.
I want to talk about, like, the future. Oh, that sounds like I'm stoned or something. I want to talk about the future, dude. Let's talk about the future, man.
Let's do it.
future. Like, I don't know. Like, virtual reality. Like, I just don't see virtual reality working out. I mean, it could.
Why not?
I don't see it working out.
Well, I mean, that's not why.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's not as, like, you're not. Okay, I get the whole point of it is to, like, pull you into the game.
Right.
And make you more into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it's not. It doesn't pull you more into the game. You know what I mean? It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, I guess I can see your point. I mean, it's one of those things where we've not had it, and this is like a brand new concept to most gamers. So there's, I mean, I guess the best way of putting it is saying it's going to take some getting used to, but I think that it's still really early.
I guess maybe in like 50 years it'll be good enough, but right now, like, I don't see it ever getting good enough to be able to track your eyes, your movement, everything. You're like, your brain's too smart. Like, if you can see like a normal picture somebody took with a really nice camera and they photoshopped like one little thing, if they didn't photoshop it perfect, even when they photoshopped it really well, sometimes your brain's still like, because your brain knows what stuff is supposed to look like. It catches lighting, it catches like movement. So like, and when you try to take, like, it's hard enough to get a photo that's not a real photo to look realistic.
Right.
So when you're trying to translate that into a video and draw me into a virtual reality game, like, I know the huge problem right now with Oculus is everyone getting sick using it, motion sickness and all that.
Yeah, that tends to happen from time to time.
I mean, because you're moving your head, the thing's trying to track whatever. I know there's a new one that just came out. I'm drawing a blank. There's one that just came out that's supposed to track your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Oculus doesn't do that. I don't know. I just don't see them ever being good enough tracking your eyes and your head movement and what you're thinking, what you're actually looking at. That's a hard thing too, because like as you move your eyes from like here to here, your focus shifts. So this gets blurry. That's now sharp. And like, maybe in the future, but I don't see virtual reality ever getting to the point where it's going to feel realistic and completely draw you in.
Well, I think it will, and I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than your 50-year mark. I think we're going to see it within the next maybe 5 or 6 years. I definitely don't think we're there now.
Yeah.
I think Oculus Rift kind of overreached where it needed to be with some of the technology within the I think that the technology that they used is really good, but the problem is it's just like they're not quite ready for it. Like the hardware is good, but the software is not quite ready, or vice versa. Which is, I think, is one of the reasons why people are getting so motion sickness, or getting so sick due to motion sickness.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be coming. I don't think that, not yet. I agree that it's definitely not yet, and I think it's also going to be something that we're going to have to get used to, because I mean, this isn't. Oculus Rift is the first fully immersive virtual reality.
Yeah.
But this isn't the first time that's used headgear. I don't particularly recall there was one that had the little eye thing that came down over one eye. Do you remember that? It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was one of those things where it's just that was way ahead of its time, I for what it was. But I definitely think that for the most part, your average gamer, they don't have a use for it yet. They're not quite ready for it yet.
Yeah.
We still haven't gotten like 100% perfect graphics on a TV screen 2D setting, 2D to 3D setting, however you want to put it. Like those graphics aren't 100% perfect yet. I mean, they're really fucking good, but they're not there yet. And I think once we get to that point, then we can start transitioning it to like a fully immersive thing. But it's just something that the gamers just aren't ready for yet. There's just not a demand for it.
I just don't think it will ever work. Like you got that whole thing that the uncanny valley, where something looks so realistic, but your brain still knows that it's wrong, and then it's like a creep factor. You're like that.
Yeah.
I know that's supposed to be real, but it's not.
Yeah. And that's something that you've got to, we've got to retrain our brain to deal with stuff like that. I mean, you got to imagine that, dealing with, like, I can sit and watch TV all day long and it not bother me. I can sit and play video games all day long and it not bother me. But I would be willing to bet that, people will say 60 years ago, when the TV was still somewhat new,
Yeah.
people sitting and watching it for long periods of time, would develop headaches and eye pain and whatnot because their brain and their eyes aren't fully, able to grasp this concept because it's so new to them. But, take, people of the last, 40 years, 50 years, they grew up with the TV, so they've watched it their entire lives, and their eyes and their brains are really, it doesn't bother them as much. They're able to focus. They're able to, look at the TV, then look over here and stuff like that, and it not really bother them. And I think that's kind of the direction that one of the problems that we're having with the Oculus Rift is it's something that's so new to an individual that the brain you haven't had an opportunity to adjust to it yet. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're getting so much motion sickness.
Maybe. I bet it was the same way first driving a car that went 60 miles an hour instead of 15.
Well, yeah. Well, see, that was the thing back then is they when the automobile was first released and open to the public, there was a belief that if they traveled, I think it was beyond 25 miles an hour, that the internal organs would shift to the back of their body and they would die from the they would basically implode because of the amount of G-forces that were put on the body. So it was either 25 or 35 that they believed that would happen.
Both sound right. It was probably both. they thought the Earth was flat for a long time too. Q.
That's true. That is very true.
Just was flat and just went on forever. Like
they'd eventually just like fall off.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't know. It might get there. I don't think I'm gonna ever. Maybe because I'm an old school gamer now, even though we're not that old yet. But we're getting to the point where gaming is gonna start shifting. Like it's starting to shift to mobile, and it's shifting to the virtual reality side. Like, there's like 4 or 5 companies now that have hundreds of millions of dollars into virtual reality.
Yeah, it's really starting to take off.
Yeah, it's kind of shifting in that direction.
And that's one of the things that really surprised me is the amount of the amount of mobile carriers that are getting, or like mobile-esque companies that are getting in on the gaming industry. It's just like you can go on to the Apple Store or I guess that's iTunes or whatever, and the Android store, and there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of developers out there that it's just mind-boggling that there's all these new developers are getting into the gaming industry, and it's simply because they now have a platform that they can work towards using the Android operating system or whatever. I think that is just really so cool. Even if a lot of their games are shit, like it doesn't matter to me. It's just the fact that there's so many options out there now.
Well, yeah, on mobile alone, there's fucking what? How many apps are on the App Store? Shit, 100,000,
I don't know.
200,000 games alone.
That sounds like a question for Google because I have no clue.
Google's too hard. You gotta like look it up and type and push like a button. That's hard. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get there with virtual reality. Maybe I'm just thinking the medium they're trying to do right now, where you put something over your eyes. I don't think that's ever going to work.
I don't think so either.
Maybe some kind of implant, or like when they finally hack brain waves, which they're starting to do. They've been able to implant memories, I guess. I don't think they've done human trials, but in animals.
You know, along that same line is they're now getting. Matter of fact, I read an article today that they've successfully transplanted a mouse head onto another mouse's body.
Yeah.
You know, and they're saying that their next tests are going to be using monkeys with the overall final goal of being able to transplant a human head onto another body, and that's just mind-boggling. That I don't even have I don't have a word in my vernacular that to express how amazing and terrifying that is.
Yeah. That's a weird thing that gets me too when I watch like a movie like there's like Star Trek. All right, we're going to get into this for a second. I prefer Star Wars, but I watched a movie the other night called Infinity, but it had the same kind of technology that Star Trek has when they want to teleport you to another side of the galaxy. It basically copies the data of your body, and then it's basically like a copy and paste, and then it pastes your data on the other side of the universe, wherever you were teleporting to. And so, like, it basically just copy and pasted you. That new you, that's not you. The actual you just died. So, like, when they start getting into this, like, putting your brain and your memories and stuff into technology and getting that far into the future where they're turning you into a computer pretty much.
Right.
I mean, when does it get to where it's not you anymore? There's this one, it's called Black Mirror. Have you ever heard of Black Mirror? It's a TV show.
Haven't.
It's a British TV show that basically, I think there's 7 episodes out. They're each like an hour and a half long or something. But they're not in order. They're each their own like storyline, like they're each their own movie. And there's one of them that's all about the future. And I don't know why that zoomed in just now, but that's cool. It just zoomed way in on you drinking your wine.
That's really I have no clue. Like that's not even didn't even know my thing did that. But okay, that's cool.
Whatever. But no, they had this episode where like in the future, when somebody would die, you could have a robot copy of them, and it would make an exact copy of them. All you needed like was some DNA. And you'd give it to the robot, and the robot would morph its skin and its body and its inner bone structure. And like the way that it ended up developing a voice that sounded like the person, you would have to like plug the robot in to your computer and like your network and upload like voicemails and like any voice you had of the person. And then off of the DNA and like the voice and everything you get, it would make like an exact copy of the old person. And so there was this wife that her husband went to go like get milk or something, and he got in a car wreck and died. And so she went through this company and got a copy of her husband, who now looks exactly the same, sounds exactly the same, and like the technology is so good that it literally looks exactly like him. It's far into the future, but
there was a Schwarzenegger movie about this too, wasn't there?
There might have been.
I'm gonna have to.
There probably
Google
was. Schwarzenegger's done everything like that.
Yeah, there was they were able to download your memory to basically some form of computer chip, and able to like clone people and like slam in their memories into it. I'm gonna have to Google that now.
But basically, like all I'm getting at is like that new you is not you anymore. And the same thing, like when we get so far advanced in our technology, what happens when you're going to play Grand Theft Auto 26? Is it then going to actually be a problem for violence? Is going to be a problem because it's going to look so realistic, feel realistic. I mean, I know there's a game that the Army's investigating right now that like when you get shot, it somehow like sends electrical signals to your body and it actually hurts like you got shot.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. So like, are we going to get to that point? You start you start playing Halo and it feels like you're getting shot?
No, I'm too lazy for that shit.
You don't want to be
Like,
running around
I'm
on the
totally like,
omnidirectional treadmill?
Yeah, no, thank you. No.
Huh. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, like, when is it too far? When is it too much that we need to come back? Because, I mean, I've been getting all retro lately. I've been watching,
Yeah,
like,
getting
old
all,
TV shows and playing old video games. Nostalgic.
Nah, you're. Yeah, I'm just trying to like. There's no way that I would play. I would, for entertainment purposes, would I play a video game like that that would cause me direct pain?
That hurts you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, fuck that. Like, there's absolutely no. I don't. Hell no. Like, I'm not going to get off my couch for that. No.
It's a masochist's wet dream, though. They're like, oh, yes.
Yeah, maybe for some people, but nah, not for me.
Huh. Why not? I mean, it's just like a
'Cause it
little
fucking
shock.
hurt.
It's not. You're not actually shot. It's just like a little. It just shocks your body a little bit, and your muscle hurts for a second until you respawn, and then the pain goes away.
What kind of lesson is that teaching to our soldiers then? You'll be fine. You'll respawn. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's a good point. Maybe there are no respawns. I don't know. I just heard about it that the Army was investigating and trying this new gaming technology out. I don't know though. I don't know. I want gaming and graphics and everything to go way into the future and get amazing and look 100% realistic. I just don't know when it's going to be too much. When it's, I don't know. It's going to flip that switch where now it's like, all right, this is too realistic. Because fuck, you look at Grand Theft Auto 5, all the things you can do in that, how realistic it's getting now. I mean,
Right.
it still doesn't make me want to go out and run people over and shoot them. I mean, I already want to do that to some people, but that has nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, there's a few people on my list that I would like to do that too. So, I don't need GTA to like encourage that. Like, it's that want is already there.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, playing a game like GTA, it's kind of like they're released for that. Like, that's the release valve.
That's the release valve.
I mean, honestly, that was one of the reasons why I got into playing so much GTA back when I was in high school. Is like I would come home.
So you wouldn't
and
shoot people in real life? You'd do it.
Yeah,
in the
so
game?
I wouldn't shoot up the school. So I'd do it in the game. I mean, I know that sounds really, really harsh when I put it like that, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of times that there's a lot of people out there that feel like that. That playing a violent video game, it doesn't build up anger, so you want to kill in real life. It's that release that you can get that out of your system and not want to kill in real life. I mean, you can get all kind of existential and all that, but
Yeah.
you can argue it like would stuff like, God, I hate to put it like this, but would things like Columbine, would that have happened if they would have had an out like that? If they would have been able to kind of express themselves like that? I mean,
Maybe
it sounds really horrible.
An arcade room in the school. They're like, you feeling like shooting up the teachers? Come on in here. Let's play Grand Theft Auto.
Well, maybe not exactly to that extent, but I mean, had they been able to play something like that,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you do for the kids that are abused? Do they get a game like that one game online called Kill Your Boss? Do they get a game called Kill Your Parents? To scratch
I
that
guarantee
itch?
it's on the App Store.
Probably. Now I gotta look it up. Let's see. Kill Your Parents. Kill Your Parents.
So while you're looking that up, I just tried the apple wine.
Apple
And,
wine. The one you
yeah.
make. For a second, you
Yeah.
confused me. I was like, Apple has a wine now? Those fucking guys. They have a watch. They have a...
They have everything. So it looks like that stuff's going to be distilled into brandy because that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That was definitely a
fail?
miss. Yeah, that was a fail. That was a 4-month failure. So that shit's going to get poured back into the fucking carboy and run through the distillery and distill that down to a little bit more potent and get rid of that taste because that was disgusting. That's a real bummer because we put 4 months into that batch.
Oh. Well, you didn't put enough love into it, apparently.
I guess not, but whatever it was, I think we let it sit too long, and a lot of the sugars got consumed because it's very very dry. I mean, it definitely has a high alcohol content, but it's too dry for my taste.
Hmm. What are you drinking there, Pepsi? You give up on it then?
Yeah, I totally gave up on it. Like, I cracked it open, took one drink, and I'm like, no, that stuff's bad. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually a little on the concerned side that it actually spoiled. So, and I think that might have been what happened. So,
What the hell is that?
yeah, I wine. I like that mystery.
I whine. Everyone that supports Apple already does that. They already all whine.
Yeah, especially when they're not first in line after standing in line for like 27 hours waiting on some useless piece of shit.
Holy shit.
Like, is anybody even still using the iWatch or whatever it is that they use, the Apple
I don't
Watch?
know. Is that thing even useful? It doesn't even.
I haven't.
Isn't it just like an extension of your phone, pretty much?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like you can't use it without a phone because it doesn't do enough by itself.
Well, I always thought if it worked kind of like the one that Samsung had one that came out, I guess a year or so ago.
Yeah.
I mean, all it did was basically Bluetooth to your phone, and you could check messages, or if your phone was ringing, it had a little microphone and it had a little speaker in it and all that. But I mean, it's another one of those pieces of technology that's kind of ahead of its time. That it's not. There's not enough need, or it doesn't have enough abilities to be useful.
Yeah.
So I wasn't all that impressed with it. Switch Jackson has one, and I mean,
He
it's
would.
cool, it's novel. Yeah, he would. It's cool and it's novel, but it's not something that it's not a selling point for me. So
No. I'd rather have your Apple wine than anything made by Apple. Even if it's nasty.
Phew. Well, that stuff it was.
Choke it
That's a
down.
real bummer.
I'd choke that
Yeah.
down faster than a fucking iWatch. What do they call
Yeah,
an
not gonna
iWatch? Is it called an iWatch or an Apple Watch?
I think it was the Apple Watch. I think is what it was called.
They got rid of the I?
I guess.
All right.
So
Maybe that was a Steve Jobs thing. He's like, no, I want to call it mine. It's my iPhone. I don't know.
never forget.
Never forget. Whatever. All right. Future. I don't know. The main future we need to talk about, since we haven't talked about this game in weeks. The future of Halo.
What's that?
I hear good things. I forget all that did end up going to 343, but there's a few groups like IGN. I think some people from Game Informer, like 343, invited him in to try Halo 5, some of the actual campaign, not the multiplayer, because we've all seen plenty of the multiplayer. And I
Right.
guess, I don't know, I guess it's going to be pretty cool. I guess there's a couple different versions of it. Like, it's kind of like, you remember like Halo 2, you could play as the Arbiter, and you could play co-op, and you could do all that. Well, it has a co-op and it has a single player, and there's multiple. It's not just Master Chief. I guess Master Chief is running with a group of that's my buddy Mystery. Hi. Like Blue Team. Who's on Blue Team? See, I haven't played enough Halo. I've been out of the loop for a second. Apparently Blue Team's running around with Master Chief.
Are we talking like Church and Caboose, or
No, not that Blue Team. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've not been following a Halo at all. Like this, I'm totally like
Blue
leaning on
Team-
you on this.
Blue Team is a combat. All right, let's see how well I can read today. You ready? Blue
We're
Team is a
fucked.
combat subunit within the Spartan 2 division of the UNSC that was led by John 117 during the Human Covenant War. It is made up of Linda, Fred, Kelly, and
Oh.
yeah. And they're all super soldiers that were also abducted when they were 6 years old. They're true Spartans. They're not in the new Spartan program. They're the old school Spartans.
Oh wow. that's
And so I guess they're teaming up with Master Chief, and like they, let's see if I can find it and put it up on stream that for people that haven't seen it. But they released cover art, I guess.
Oh, that's exciting because these are all the characters that you met in the Fall of Reach novel.
Let's
So
see if I can find it.
that's really cool. Like that actually makes me interested in Halo again. I'm just
That makes you
I'm
interested
just
in
still
it?
really
There's new people
no.
now?
I'm just no. Well, technically they're not new. I'm just
Yeah.
really bummed after the whole Master Chief thing because you noticed earlier we were Drunken Halo was talking about it on their Facebook page that they're getting ready to be doing they're going to be doing the shit. I'm trying to read the stream and not paying attention. This is actually a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. They're getting ready to do their 1v1 tournament coming up here soon, and they're asking for Halo 2 maps, and I'm like, I don't know what Halo 2 maps are because I can't fucking play multiplayer on the Master Chief Collection for Halo 2. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I got some more info on it too. It says here's two things that hopefully this is new for people listening. In Halo 5, Blue Team appears in cutscenes and they take commands from Master Chief in single player, but in co-op, each player plays as a specific member. So I'm thinking there's 4-player co-op, and each different member has a different loadout. So Master Chief gets like his AR or whatever. I believe
AR Magnum.
I forget who. I want to say Fred is the sniper. So I think if you're Fred, you get a sniper. Is it Linda or Kelly? I think it's Kelly. Kelly has a shotgun. But yeah. Blah, blah, blah. At some point in the story, Master Chief and Blue Team are declared AWOL by the UNSC. This is where the campaign flips to focus on Spartan Locke. And Locke tracks down the Chief with the help of a team of his own, Fire Team Osiris. Are Bungie and 343 reading from like the same name book? From like Trials of Osiris, and now there's Osiris in Halo 5?
Yeah, just I get the feeling that Halo might be taking some notes from another particular first-person shooter.
Halo 5, blah, blah, blah. There's also the return of, which Real Mystery just said, Gunnery Sergeant Edward Buck is going to be back. I think he's working with Locke from what this article is saying. I'm not positive. As far as it seems like John and his original Blue Team, I don't know, he recruited him. He got him to go on whatever mission he's doing. Whatever. And then Locke got his own team together.
Well, it makes sense. Sorry. It makes sense that the original Spartans are going to be back on John's side because these are the Spartans that they trained with John. They grew up with John.
Yeah.
They grew to trust John. They understand, that what John is capable of. And, if John walks up to him and says, hey, shit's going down, everybody's pointing fingers at me. I didn't do what they say I've done or whatever the case may be. Can you help me out? They would be the absolute first persons to be like, yeah, 100% got your back, whatever the case is. That's exciting.
I guess from also what this article is saying, everyone has art when they take off their helmet. Everyone has a face based on real actors, except Master Chief. We still don't go to see Master Chief's head. But Nathan Fillion from Firefly, he's Buck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's exciting. That's really cool. I mean, I hate the fact that he's on Locke's side because I really enjoyed Buck, but I like Nathan Fillion, but still, that's really exciting that they're bringing him back.
Yeah, I don't know who else is on Spartan or Jameson Agent Locke. I don't know who else is on his team. This article
talking about
it doesn't even
talking
say
about Romeo being there too. So
maybe it doesn't even say Buck is on his team actually, because when you read this article, it says blah blah blah. After they're declared AWOL, so I'm guessing you start the story as Blue Team, and then it cuts to like the UNSC going, they're AWOL, Master Chief and all of them. They're now whatever they say. They're illegal aliens. They don't have green cards. We need to track him down. Can't let him cross the border. And then it says this is where the campaign flips to focus on Agent Locke, and Locke then tracks down a team of his own, Fire Team Osiris. And then right after that, it doesn't say who's in Fire Team Osiris. It just says Game Informer teases the return of Halo 3 ODST's Gunnery Sergeant Edward Buck, who is played by Firefly actor Nathan Fillion. It doesn't actually say he's in Fire Team Osiris. It's just the way, like, I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure the only ones running around with Master Chief is Blue Team. But I don't know if Buck is actually running around with Locke, or if, like, he runs into Master Chief later on, or what.
I don't know. I mean, given the fact that
Who is Romeo? I'm trying to remember who Romeo is.
Romeo was from ODST. I don't remember which.
I barely paid attention to ODST. Maybe that's a problem.
Really?
Yeah.
We need to have like a game night or something. And if I ever get the code for ODST, we need to have like a game night and play through the ODST campaign, because I think it was so good. I like the way that was one of the few times that I really enjoyed the way that game that kind of bounced around from storyline to storyline. I think that's one of the better stories of the Halo franchise, in my opinion.
Oh, here we go. I was trying to find the picture that Arctic put up. And it took me to his profile page. That's cool. I don't know. Oh, Romeo is the sniper? Are you thinking?
Yeah, I think.
Are you thinking
yeah.
maybe it's gonna be like wasn't it Halo 2 where you switch back and forth from Arbiter to playing as the Chief? But if it was co-op, you played as one or the other? I'm wondering if it's going to flip back and forth. You're going to play... there's Buck, Nathan Fillion. He put up a picture of the in-game picture of Nathan Fillion playing as Buck on the Facebook
That's really
page.
exciting.
So...
I guess I can finally start getting excited for Halo 5.
I was wondering if it's going to flip back and forth, and for like a little bit, if you're playing like co-op, so your 4 guys will play as each member of Blue Team, and then it'll flip, and then, I don't know, you'll play as all 4 members of Locke's team, or what? I'm trying to figure out how they're trying to piece this campaign together. Or I wonder if it's going to be like the Ghostbusters, choose your own adventure. You want to be good or bad?
Now, see, that would be really, really cool. Like that would give the campaign long-term playability, because you would go back and you would have to go back and play it to retrace your steps to be able to get a different outcome. Like I would totally be on board for that.
I'd be cool with that if, like you just said, but it lets you play all the way through as Master Chief side first, or Locke side, either way, and then play all the way back through from the other side. Maybe it lets you pick at the beginning. It says, do you want to play Locke's side of the story first or Chief's?
Yeah. That would be really cool. I would be really on board with that, because I loved the choose your own adventure stuff. I thought that was a lot of fun. I mean, it wasn't the Walking Dead arcade game was kind of like that. You had to you had the different directions and stuff that you could take with the game and the storyline based on your actions and your decisions. And even GTA 5 was like that. It had the different endings depending on if you chose to kill off the other characters or not. I love that. I think that's a cool concept for video games. It adds more playability.
Yeah. More to discover instead of just giving it away all at once. Replay it again.
Yeah. It kind of takes away the blandness, especially playing games like Destiny, where you're going back and playing over the same, missions over and over and over again. At least with this, you would be able to have a little bit of, meaning and reason to go back and do do playability. I like it. Sounds fun.
I wonder if they're gonna have a thing like Spartan Ops again, where it's a new thing every few weeks.
I really hope that they do, because I didn't like the way they treated Spartan Ops in Halo 4. Because you had, was it season 1 or chapter 1 or whatever it is that they were calling, the entire saga of Spartan Ops. You kind of got that impression that this was just the first fold in the entire saga, and it kind of ended abruptly, and then I figured, hey, maybe they would pick it up when they carried into Halo 5, and then they're not. They're doing these other things, and they're not picking up. You know, I just it kind of felt like I think that it was like underutilized the way they treated Spartan Ops. I would love to see that come back because I like the idea of having your own personal character come into the Halo universe, and you're using it as well as Meanwhile, you're overusing Master Chief or Agent Locke. Now you're your own Spartan within the realm. Like, I thought that was a really cool concept. So maybe they will bring that back because it was cool. I liked it.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm excited. I hope they do it well the way they're doing the war games now. How they kind of did it in Halo 4, but now they're like, now it's not just, I don't know. Now it's like a college team versus team, like bros versus bros, like throwdown war game simulation kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression that I get from playing it as well or looking at it. I kind of like that. I think it kind of gives a different aspect to gameplay, and it kind of gives an in-story, in-game, in-canon reason to be playing multiplayer.
Yeah.
That all of the other times that you've played multiplayer, that's just kind of like this side thing that goes on on the game that you don't really pay any attention to, and now it's like, oh, you're playing multiplayer. Well, this is why you're playing multiplayer. This is your training. You're doing whatever. That's really neat.
Like I said, at the end of the Halo 5 campaign, like Chief and Locke make up and they shake hands and like, bro, let's go play some war games. And then it cuts to the war games, and then it'll finally unlock multiplayer.
God, well, I kind of hope not, because I ended up playing some of the multiplayer before I finished the campaign on Halo 4 when it released. I told myself I wouldn't do that, but I ended up doing it anyway.
Yawning. Sorry about that.
Here's something exciting to talk about, and you're over there asleep.
Well, yeah. I've been sick the last few days, and like all I've done is sit around, so I shouldn't be tired, but I am. Whatever. I'm ready to play some games. I haven't played with anybody for a minute.
I know.
It's a long story. I think we talked about it. No, did we even talk about it last time?
Yeah, we
Kinda?
we sidestepped it last time.
Oh, well, that's kind of the future of gaming too, I guess.
What, sidestepping?
No. What happened? The social aspect of gaming.
Yeah, that's true.
The way it's kind of bringing about, trying to push people together and create groups online. I mean, that's already kind of been a thing in Halo. I mean, I said Halo, I meant all of gaming.
Well, I think it's more common. It's more common on PC gaming than it is in console gaming, and the console gaming is kind of being pushed in that direction, and I think you're going to see that more and more. You're going to see more people, more games that are going to be more group centered, where rather than just playing individually centered or even like 2 or 3 people centered, it's going to be more groups of people playing together. So it's just I guess it's kind of one of those like growing pain kind of things. We got to get adjusted to it.
Yeah. The one thing I'm super surprised about, that they're trying to make games all social, and nobody, not even Halo, has done anything like the Halo 2 clan system and clan matches. Nobody's done anything like that.
Well, I think that was definitely ahead of its time back then.
How come nobody's done it since then, though? It was a brilliant idea, and it worked amazingly.
Well, I think it comes back to the conversation that we had once before that that type of concept, while somewhat normal on PC level, on PC gaming, that's not something you see a lot on console gaming. And I think that the console gamers as a whole just weren't 100% ready for that concept yet.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, kind of, because there's almost every shooter game at least, and a lot of the other games have a clan system. It's just not done as well as the Halo 2 system.
Right.
I think they tried to make it like a more friendly version where there wasn't like an overlord and you were like a peon, or what did it call it? Like there was an overlord, and then there was like a Feces Master. No, I don't remember like the other levels.
Well, I mean, I like the concept. I'd like to see that more. I'd like to see more clan versus clan. I'd really like to see it in Destiny.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see it. I want to see it in Halo, especially when
Well, I don't
you
know why they're
there's
so scared to do it. Like, have clan
well,
matches. Every game has clans, anyways. That's what I'm saying. Well, not every game. Gears of War didn't, but other than that, Halo, Battlefield, Destiny, you get your clan tags. So why?
Right.
What's the point of the clan tag if you can't have clan matches? You know what I'm saying?
well, I think it's one of those things that it's just not something that they're ready that they are 100% capable of, integrating into all the games just as of yet. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's got to be some logical reason behind it, but it doesn't. That reason kind of escapes me right now.
I guess we're not
But-
millionaires. Fatheads sitting at the
Yeah,
EA desk.
I wonder on the grand scheme of things how many people would be interested in doing clan matches. I would be, you would be, I'm sure, a number of people that we know
I think
within our gaming circles
yeah.
would be.
I think most
And I think-
people that played Halo back in the day that are already used to the idea, I think would jump on board if they reintroduced it. But
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
you're probably right. And I think more people would jump on board. I think it's just kind of getting the developers to run with it because of the, if it flops, that's money lost. So I don't think it would flop, but I mean that's something that they don't have a lot of market research that shows that it wouldn't flop because it's just not happened, outside of Halo 2. So
I don't know. Everyone's
Yeah.
so nervous to change anything, and it's kind of ruining the way gaming's going because every game is just kind of becoming the same game.
reasons, I agree, Mystery.
Yep, because reasons. Oh, is the head of EA in our chat right now? That sounds just like something he would say.
Yeah, it does.
Cause reasons. Next question.
Ah,
Oh, I don't know. I'm wondering what's going to change with gaming too, with Elon Musk and Tesla making all these new batteries and trying to his new battery that basically powers your entire home, and he's trying to take everyone off the power grid. And,
I love that man.
And I mean, everything's changing. Wireless systems are changing. Video coding is changing, so they can pack more pixels in less megabytes now. I mean, I guess Google bought the patent to the new video codecs that they're planning to push in the next few years, using for YouTube. I guess you can. It'll be able to stream 4K on like mobile data plans we have now.
Holy
Like the
shit.
way that it somehow, because it's a codec, whatever way it's coding the information, it's a lot more compact, and then when it unpacks it on the other side, it can be ultra HD.
Well, given the fact that video coding is the basically when it all boils down to its basics, it's still a storage issue, and the storage issue of computing is what Moore's law is based on.
Yeah.
So Moore's law would dictate that this shouldn't be unforeseen. We should see this coming. That this is going to get really good. If that's the case, if they're able to do that in the next 3 months, that means in the next 9 to 12 months we're going to see it even better. That means
Yeah.
that really good video quality with high pixel count and low megabyte count is just around the corner within the next 12 months.
Oh, yeah.
So that's really exciting.
Well, as soon as we get to 4K gaming, I mean,
Oh,
in Japan,
fuck.
Samsung is already making like 12K TVs. They're like past 4K. They have 4K broadcasts, 4K TV in Japan.
that's
In Japan,
That's
they film,
wow.
like I saw a thing, and this was like a year ago I saw this, that when they film sporting events over in Japan, they use the system that like YouTubers use where they put like 20 cameras, and so they can view every angle. And then the system they have their cameras on, like the wire system that kind of, like let's say skiing. The example I saw was of a skiing event. Not only can they get all those angles at the same time, it's a CNC controlled camera. So it runs the exact same path and the exact same time frame as before. So live, they can do live a ghosting of, like, remember you'd play like Mario Kart and you'd race against your ghost? They can literally live on screen show the ghost that just followed, because the camera is on the exact same path and time frame that the last one was. So
wow, that makes my brain hurt, dude.
Yeah, so they can. You can even forget about lasers or time or stopwatches or anything. You can literally watch live if the guy was faster or slower than the other guy, and they can put a live ghost thing right on there, and the computer can show you exactly where the other guy was that just ran the last run. And they're streaming it in 4K and shit. Like they're way beyond us over there in Japan. I mean, but you know, I don't know. They don't seem as worried about money over there as over here. I mean, I think it was a 12K Samsung. That thing was like 18 grand, I think. So
Which really isn't that bad when you think about it.
No, not when what you're getting. I mean, you can't even use it, but
I mean, you can't use it here, but
yeah.
I mean, you can, but I mean, it's underutilized here.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even
that's
properly use 4K over here.
No, I mean, not.
How many YouTube channels run in 4K? The only one I can think of is Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, it's like they're Rooster Teeth and the Let's Play channels, but I don't. Yeah, no, because even Fail Army only runs at 720.
Yeah,
they're now running 720 at 60.
And gaming's not going to be to 4K for a while. Even PC games aren't. They're not trying to push 4K yet. I mean, some games you can tweak all the way up to almost 4K. I mean, there are some games that run at 2K, but
I don't know. I guess for me, when it comes to that kind of pixel count,
yeah,
that it's really, really nice.
Size doesn't matter. It's how you use it.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's very cliche when you put it like that, and very much an innuendo. But it really is that, because, you know, I think we've talked about it on the podcast before. I mean, when you're watching a YouTube channel, you know, the difference between 1080p and 720p, fucking show me the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, sit down and show me the difference, because there really isn't.
No.
You know, I mean, not from what you and I could sit and watch. I mean, trying to, you know, okay, I'm going to have this video put up, and it's going to be put up in 1080p, and then, you know, I'm going to sit down at my desk at work, and I'm going to run off a fucking serial port, because that's what my monitor runs off of, and you're going to give me 1080p off a serial port? No, you're not.
Yeah.
You know, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And or even USB 2, or shit, I'm not even sure USB 3.0 will give you a 4K, you know, or 1080p resolution.
No. Well, they just announced
it could.
They just announced Lightning Wire 3.0 or some shit that does like 40 gigs a second or something.
That's obscene. But, you know, it's nice, you know, that to be able to say, oh yeah, we can put videos up in 1080p. That's really cool. That's awesome. But the majority of the people out there, they can't fucking watch it in 1080p. I mean, they can set it for 1080p, and it's going to give you a resolution as close to 1080p as humanly possible. But it's not going to be 1080p. Don't cheat yourself. Don't even think that you're getting what you think you're getting.
No. Well,
so we're not there yet.
Like I said, it's all about money. It advances too slow, and it ruins it, especially for gamers. I mean, this is one plus to being a PC gamer as opposed to a console gamer, because it costs so much money and time and manufacturing and shipping and all that to ship out a new console and convince people to buy something for $400. I mean, a PC, you can drop $400 on an upgrade every 6 months without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
But when you're buying
$400 on a PC will take you a lot further than a $400 on a console.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, we could advance so far. We could be on 4K gaming right now. It's just not. It's not the smart move for the companies to do that. It would be too much money. They would have to have $600 consoles. I mean, especially the way the money curve goes. Like, we're on that technology right now because it's the new thing. We're still paying, you know, a good percentage more than what it's actually worth. Whatever it costs them to make, we're still paying like 4 times that.
Right.
And then as it gets cheaper and cheaper for them to make it, and then they start making it faster, then we're paying, you know, our price goes down and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're back to Moore's Law again.
Yeah. Yeah, Moore's law, whatever. This Moore guy, he knew what he was talking about.
He really does. So,
He must have been a gamer.
well, he was a computer nerd.
Yeah, he was a gamer. Probably chess.
Probably so. Yeah. Some deep blue shit.
Yeah, he was like, I can't wait to play this chess on an Oculus Rift. Virtual reality chess. I don't know.
I mean, we're getting there, and that's the thing is that we're I think we're right on the cusp of like the golden age of gaming, and
because it's a viable marketplace now.
Yeah,
for a long time, companies didn't want to put any money into it. They're like, why? There's no money in gaming, and then you get Black Ops selling for what, $1 billion in like a day or something.
Yeah, something. Well, that was the first, I think, 24-hour release or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's now becoming socially acceptable to be a gamer.
Yeah.
And I think that's the turning point is when
cool.
Yeah, when it doesn't even necessarily have to be considered cool. It just needs to be accepted that this is something that goes on in society. That there are people that literally stay at home in their basements all day long and play a game. That's not even fully accepted yet. The most people that when you think, oh, you're a gamer, oh, you play your Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not, which is fine. That's a step further than what it used to be, but we're not ready to accept even gamers, even you and me as a gamer, we're not fully ready to accept the guys that that have a 15 or 16 hour WoW binge and they've got a raid for the next 12 hours and they're not doing anything but raiding, and they've got the piss bucket next to them so they don't even have to get off their chair.
Yeah.
We're not even ready to accept those guys yet. But it's coming. We're going to be. That's going to become accepted soon, and the more that happens, the more developers and the more money is going to be thrown at the industry. And when that happens, we're going to get even more really cool shit.
Oh yeah.
And we're right there. We definitely haven't seen the best that the gaming industry has to offer yet.
Oh, no.
We're definitely not there yet.
I mean, as soon as we get to like Korea levels where like really good gamers are like celebrities, then we're there, I think. Because how many pro gamers are celebrities over here? A few.
They're celebrities. They're celebrities within the industry.
Yeah.
But to be socially accepted as a celebrity, as a star athlete or a movie star or a TV star, or they're just kind of like Paris Hilton. They're famous because they're famous.
Yeah, for sucking, yeah.
Well, she has nothing. Someone like her, she has nothing to contribute to society. We know this. She survives simply because of her daddy, and she's famous just because she's famous.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
And
we're gonna get there though.
I think there eventually will be professional gamers that will be, A-list celebrity status.
Yeah. I know gamers here in America that have said they've gone to other countries like Korea or whatever, and they're like celebrities over there. Because over there, they're watching gaming events and the community and everything and paying attention to it. Over here, like you said, it's still kind of catching on. It's finally starting to get into the mainstream.
We've got to the U.S. society, the American culture is so stuck on athletes and sports and sports stars as your pinnacle of celebrity status, and that's slowly starting to go away, especially now that you're seeing different types of sports being accepted as American sports. I mean, look at it right now. We're in the middle of the Women's World Cup. Fucking 15 years ago, nobody in the U.S. would have given a single shit.
I still don't.
And there's still a majority of people that don't.
I don't care about most sporting events, though, so to be fair.
That's true. But now here we are, in 2015, and there's people watching soccer, which is something that you never would have heard of, just a few years ago. And that's becoming socially acceptable. And these other sports that are becoming socially acceptable, and you're gonna start seeing working through that transition of all of these different sports. And once they're out of the way, then there's another wave of big name celebrities that are coming, and that's going to be your more obscure types of celebrities, like your gaming celebrities, and they're going to get big eventually. I mean, right now, I think the highest pinnacle of celebrity status you can have in the gaming industry, I think probably is, tear shit up. Is probably someone like Rooster Teeth that I think that's your
They're
that's
not
your
even
level.
professional gamer. Well, I guess they are because they get paid to play games. But
Yeah, but I think that that's where celebrity status is right now. Those guys or the people over at Rocket Jump and stuff like that. I think that's where your kind of game celebrity status is. But I think
yeah,
it's coming. I really do.
it is. It's
In just a
coming
couple of years. I
soon.
mean, especially.
Well, we'll see. I think in a couple of years it'll be completely different. I don't know if it'll be mainstream like a gaming event will be streamed on ESPN, which is funny because Halo 2 is streamed on ESPN, and then since then it kind of went downhill, and you don't see events like that streamed on mainstream cable channels anymore. But
No, well, you got to remember, even back during those days, they were also streaming paintball too. So,
oh yeah, that's a good point.
a lot of stuff has fallen off the radar because they're back on this kick of quote unquote sports things. But I think it's going to work its way back around. And with Rooster Teeth working on the movie that they're working on, Laser Team, I think when that is released and it gets in front of the right people, I think there's going to be the right people go, who are these people? What are they doing? And they're going to start looking at what people like Rooster Teeth are doing,
Yeah.
and then they're going to blast to the forefront.
Yeah, who are these gamer geeks that made this movie?
Yeah. And then they go to their YouTube channel and they realize that this at that point to them unheard of group of people has over 1 billion views on their YouTube channel. I mean, that's 1 billion views, 1 billion people. Whether if it's one guy 1 billion times, still it's 1 billion views on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're getting noticed. I think.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yep. You know what I'd like to see 1 billion views on?
Paris Hilton video.
Okay. I was going to say Pigspod, but okay, fine.
Oh well, maybe if I'll tell you what, if Pigspod is still going in 86 years from now, we'll probably be at 1 billion views.
I don't know. What episode is this, by the way?
32.
32. Wow.
Season
So we're
one.
actually, 32. We're finally getting into some decent decent bit rate.
Yeah, it's bit rate. Mm-hmm.
So what was that? The Super Nintendo status? Is that right?
Yeah.
Was it Super Nintendo
Yeah,
and 32
we're
bit?
Super Nintendo now. We're halfway to 64.
And 64 was a great console. So
I was the best.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. The Dreamcast was a beast. Beyond its time, though.
Yeah,
When I
it was.
noticed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Well, we need to talk about one thing before we're done here. Q
that?
is going to be representing Pigspod. Oh, wait a minute.
No,
You're not?
I wish.
What's the deal? What we're talking about is the Drunken Halo 1v1 Summer Showdown. I hope that's what they're calling it. That's what they're calling it now.
Okay, sounds good to me.
The Summer Showdown. Wait.
Okay, what
hang
about
on.
it?
The Summer Showdown.
The Summer Showdown.
I'll send that to Travis. He can use that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Patent that shit.
So what's the deal with that? Because we're finally going to be playing it on Master Chief Collection. Maybe, if we can get it to load.
Yeah, well, see, that's my problem right there.
So what, yours just, it won't load anything or what?
Nope, Halo 2. It's just Halo 2. It's Halo 2 and Anniversary.
When
Anytime
did you
that-
last try it? Because they've released like 18 updates since.
I haven't tried it in 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, well, there's probably 8 updates since then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could try it again, but I have.
Do you have the
I have little
digital
faith.
or the physical?
Yeah, I have
or?
a digital.
Hmm.
I have a digital.
Maybe you
And
need
I'm
to
not going out.
re-download the whole thing, or?
Done it 2 or 3 times.
Huh. Well,
I've done it twice.
I don't know what the deal with that is.
I really don't. I mean, it's just like,
The menus are pretty though, huh?
yeah, no, they're awesome. And I mean, the campaign is amazing.
Oh, so you
It's
can play
something-
the campaign?
I can totally play the Halo 2 campaign, but as soon as I go into matchmaking and it starts looking for a match,
Yeah.
and as soon as it registers that it's going to be a Halo 2 match, it kicks me to the dashboard
Hmm.
every time.
Have
and
you
it's
tried
Halo
playing
2.
custom games?
Custom Games does it too.
Huh.
I don't know what it is, so I've just like, like what the fuck? This is the whole reason why I bought a Master Chief Collection.
Have you tried
100%.
turning it off and on again?
Yeah, once or twice.
I don't
But-
know what that's all about.
Yeah, I'm like really fucking bummed about that. And then, they were, Justin and I'm assuming it was probably Travis was posting about it on the Facebook page, on their Facebook page, that they were going to be getting ready for the 1v1. And I'm like, it would be nice if I could do that. So, no, it
Yes,
looks like
you
you're
could
going to be
try, but it might just kick you out every match.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly. So just like,
Just forfeit all your matches.
yeah, so I'm not even going to fight it. So,
Hmm.
you'll have to be repping Pigspod, and I've already talked to Travis, and I'm going to be doing the numbers like I usually do.
Okay.
So,
Taking the
I'm gonna-
virtual bets.
yeah, I think what I talked about doing it last year for their for the Winter Wonderland 1v1 or whatever the fuck they called it, where if people want to get into like a side competition, we'll issue a denomination of X amount of dollars, and you can make fake bets on people against the betting lines that I give, and see if there's anybody at the end of the year, or at the end of the tournament, that's made or lost money.
Huh.
I mean, it's something that you can do. This would be kind of fun to like side story it, but
Yeah.
as far as as far as competing in the actual tournament, I don't think I'm going to even fuck with it, because if I'm getting booted on every Halo 2 match, I mean, the odds of me winning the tournament drop drastically.
Isn't that all they're playing on is Halo 2 Anniversary?
I don't know. Are they?
I don't know. I
Well,
thought you
that's
knew.
your. No, I don't know.
Huh.
I need to listen to
'cause
their
on their
episode.
Facebook page, they were. I didn't listen to the episode about it, but on their Facebook page, they were talking about looking for Halo 2 Anniversary Forge maps and stuff that would work well for 1v1s. So I don't know though.
I mean, yeah. So I'm definitely going to do what I can to participate with them, because I really enjoy the when it comes time for the 1v1s. I really look forward to it, and I look forward to doing everything I can and doing the stats and making it interesting for players. So, maybe I can go 3 in a row for predicting outcomes.
Yeah, there you go. Win your own bets.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I wonder who's
they-
all going to play in it. The same guys or new guys or nobody?
I don't know that I haven't gotten with them yet to get any more of the details on it. So I'm going to
Yeah, we need to do that then, because I don't know when they're taking numbers or when
I would say it's probably in the early stages. If it's like they usually do, we've got at least a month before they even start, like,
actually talking about it.
well, yeah, or just getting ready to start getting people into playing it. Like usually they announce it, and then there's about a month break, and then they come back and say, okay, we're going to start registration in a week or 2 weeks, and then you've got a week or two for reg.
So I've got
And
some
then-
practice time.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I'll skirmish against you on anything but Halo 2.
All right. That's weird that it's just Halo 2 and Anniversary. I guess Halo 2 Anniversary runs a hybrid version of the Halo 2 engine, though.
I don't
It's
know.
got to be
I don't know
something with
anything about
the
it.
Halo 2 engine.
Yeah, so it's kind of like whatever. So here
Hmm.
I am, but that's okay. I mean, that's not a big deal.
As long
It's,
as we play on Warlord, that's fine.
well, it'll be in there. That's a given.
Yeah, because
So-
I won't participate otherwise. But,
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta. Yeah, you gotta step it up. You gotta.
I haven't played.
You gotta take
I
it
haven't
off.
played anything in a few weeks, really. But I haven't played Halo itself in a few months. I don't know. That doesn't sound like that long to an average person, but to somebody, a gamer, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, we put a lot of Destiny in, so
Yeah, it's not really the same.
they just did an update today that they're adding. They added an elimination version of PvP to their Crucible playlist.
Yeah, I
So it's like
I assume it's just for this week because they had one kind of like random playlist. They have all the basics like Control.
Mhm.
I don't think Clash is actually one. I think that's one of the mixed ones. Control, Skirmish. You know the one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Those 4. I think those are always up. Rumble, Clash might be one of them. Yeah, Clash is one. So Control, Clash,
Yeah.
Skirmish, and Rumble are always in there. And then there's the other 3. I think there's the other 3 playlists that rotate all the time. So sometimes you get doubles. Sometimes you'll get a control or a clash that's only on the new DLC maps, which doesn't really matter because the DLC is free to everybody now. Well, the Crucible maps are free to everybody. The story missions and the actual good stuff you can't get.
Right.
But you can play on the new maps.
So yeah, I might try that out tomorrow. Yeah, was it Sunday? Yeah, I think it was
No,
Sunday
tomorrow's
or
Wednesday.
Saturday. No, I was thinking it was this past. No, I take that back. It was this past Saturday.
Yeah.
Me, Switch, and Riker, 3-man Crota,
Yeah?
start to finish. It was
On easy?
normal,
Oh, yeah. Easy.
but still, it's the 3 of us, and we did it in. Fuck, Oreo. I think we did it in less than 45
hours?
minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. I wish you guys could be that coordinated when I play.
I wish we could be that coordinated when we played before too. We were discussing that how quickly we blew through it, and we didn't even reset until.
Crota?
Yeah. Well, no, I take that back. The Death Singer, we had one reset there because it was just getting organized as what the amount of work that has to be done with 3 people.
Yeah.
But
Huh.
we reset once there, and then we reset twice at Crota, and that was it.
Well, I might play it again, maybe. I've
You need
played.
to.
I've played Destiny a couple times with my brother,
Mhm.
like on like Friday for a minute, but like not seriously, just kind of played it. Like we played Omnigul like 3 times because he wanted to buy the Mida multi-tool.
Yeah, I picked that up myself now. That's a fucking beast of a gun. I like it.
It's the best. It's the best gun. I've been saying it for a long time, but if you
Well, I
don't
picked up-
miss a single shot with the Mida, nothing can beat it. You're faster than the Thorn. You're faster than Last Word. You're faster than Red Death. I don't think there's anything faster than Mida if you don't miss a single headshot.
There's a scout rifle that I picked up. I forget what it was called. It was like 1-1 Vestilance or something like that. And it was a scout rifle that I picked up it was a new DLC scout
Yeah.
rifle, and it's a legendary. It's not exotic, and I picked it up like my second or third Vanguard Strike playlist that I was like kind of working with Mida, just kind of getting used to it.
Yeah.
And I picked up this scout rifle, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it out. You know, I like scout rifles. Scout and pulse rifles are my favorites, and I started using it. I was like, holy shit, this thing is awesome. And it reminds me so much of Mida and the way it works and the mechanics and how well it shoots. I mean, I want to take it into the Crucible and into Trials and
Yeah.
see how it stacks up against other stuff.
Do you have the Mida all the way upgraded?
Almost.
Well, when you have the, what are you missing on it? Do you have the final? Do you have the fires
I'm
on
in
a
the-
hair trigger?
Yeah.
Okay, because after you have
Yeah.
that, and when it fires as fast as it does,
Mhm.
it's kind of unstoppable. I mean, I've
Yeah.
been stopped
Oh,
with
I
it a
agree.
few times, but
I agree. I mean, this scout rifle that I picked up doesn't stack. I mean, it's not as good as
nowhere as fast. But
yeah. I mean, it's close.
that's where
but it doesn't-
impact comes in, though. When you
Right.
got Mida does 5 to 6 shots for a death, other
Right.
scouts do 3 to 4.
Right. And so it's not as good.
Yeah.
But what I did really like about it is it's something that's a decent comparable version to Midas, so I don't have to give up that exotic slot for my primary. I can use it I can use Truth, or which is kind of what I've been doing, using Truth or using Thunderlord,
Yeah.
you know, as my yellow slot. So it's something that if I don't need a heavy, I can stick with Mida, and then if I need a heavy slot for my exotic, I've got this scout rifle as a backup. And that's one of the things I really, really, really like about this new scout rifle is simply that it gives me an option, so I don't have to be pigeonholed into using, you know, my exotic slots where I have to,
Yeah.
you know, only get to use them in one location. So that makes a really big difference. So I really dig it. So I also got the bounty for Invective.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that right now too. So
Hmm.
it'll be my first secondary exotic.
Nice.
I haven't gotten
I've
any
got that. I
second-
never use it.
Some people say it's really, really good. Some people say it's okay.
I've got
Like,
secret handshake, so I really don't need it.
that's kind of the way I feel. I mean, Secret Handshake is just so good.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
only
that
thing better is Fellwinter's Lie.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, it's just that fire rate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
You literally go in a room, your aim
Spray
can
'em.
be shit as fuck. You can just kind of slide into a room, go, you'll pick somebody up.
and that's kind of like I'm not really planning on using invective all that much.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like I had to choose between Thorn, and Bad Juju.
Oh, I just picked
You
up
know.
a bad juju bounty.
So it's kind of like I'm going to get to Bad Juju. Like I'll get to it when it comes back around, and the next time it pops up for a bounty. But I've got so many primaries that it's like I don't need another primary slot
Yeah.
exotic right now, because I mean I've got Mida that I'm working on. I've got Thorn that I'm working on. I've got I forget.
Last
I have
word?
like two. No, I didn't get last word.
Oh, I thought you had one.
Yeah, no, I was kind of bummed on that because where we were where I was away for that weekend that last word was being sold, I didn't get it picked up. So I'm kind of bummed about that. So I'm going to have to wait on that.
It's not a bad game. It's still fun, but you know.
Yeah, I still really enjoy it. It's definitely, given the fact that the one game type and the one game mode that I want to play on Master Chief Collection I can't fucking play. This is, I mean, this game Destiny brings me back to the days of playing World of Warcraft so much.
I want to
And
play
that's-
Elimination though.
Okay, when do you want to play?
I don't know. What about
mean-
World of Warcraft? World of Warcraft's not like a shooter. What are you talking about?
No, but it's the social aspect. It's the game mechanic aspect of like leveling and building a character, because that's something that Destiny has not. I mean, the developers haven't really put emphasis on yet, and I think we're going to see that, especially in the new expansion when it comes out in September.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they kind of
putting
put
it in-
emphasis on it. They said you're building this character forever for all of Destiny, Destiny 2, Destiny, whatever
Right.
Destiny's after that.
but I don't think that they haven't they really haven't emphasized it enough to get the gamers to understand that. They don't
That your
see that
time's
this
not
is
really going to waste.
well, no, we're a gamer. That doesn't even cross our mind. It's that concept of you're building this character that is going to be a character that you play over and throughout, the length of the time in which you play Destiny. There's a good possibility that your number 2 and number 3 slots for your characters you'll probably delete and rebuild or whatever, but you'll have one primary that you will not delete. You will keep using it and keep carrying it through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that they haven't emphasized that enough yet, and I think they should, and I look forward to it, because that's one of the things I really enjoyed about World of Warcraft is this is your character.
Yeah. How many
And-
characters did you get in World of Warcraft?
You could have as many as you wanted if you depending. I think.
Well, that's not fair.
Well, I think
No
well, I
wonder
think you think
everyone
it's
plays
6.
it their entire life. Just keep-
I think it's 6. Was it? I
that's
don't
too
know. I
many.
only had one, so I never used anything other than that because I just didn't have that kind of time.
That's too many.
But I mean, you could buy more accounts and have more characters.
yeah.
If you really.
I mean,
yeah.
you could do that on Destiny, but you can't trade items between them.
No. Mm-mm.
Huh.
So
All right. Well, now
I-
I'm talking about Destiny again.
yeah, there we are. See, it always comes back to Destiny
Not always.
most of the time.
Sometimes.
So, but yeah, it's
All right.
that's one of the things I just really enjoy about it is that character building aspect of it, and having a character that you carry through you get attached to that character, and that's your character.
That's another
And
thing that I kind of quit playing it for too, because my one guy is done, like as done as I can be. The perks for all my armors works perfectly for how I play with that guy.
Right.
And the stats, the intellect I get out of it, almost all my stuff is pure intellect, and he's a blade dancer. So that's all I need.
Ugh.
All the stuff I have on my second guy is almost done. I need different gauntlets because the ones I have give you speed reload for auto rifle, and I don't use auto rifle in PvP. But he's almost
I
done.
wish I could say
He's
that.
like 90% done. So I'm almost done with those two. And the third guy, I'm a level 22 Titan, but I think I'm gonna delete him. I don't know. I definitely delete him in September and go with my third hunter subclass.
Well, I got to, well, the level 32 Prison of Elders
Yeah.
should be putting out boots. It should be the boots this week, and that will give me what I need to become a 34.
Oh, you mean when you get an armor core?
Yeah,
He has boots this week.
yeah, it should have boots this week because it was the last. They've already done chest piece, gauntlets, and helmet. Helmet was last week.
Oh, cool.
So they should be giving out boots this week, and if that's the case, I'll be a 34 this week. I won't be. I'll be a 34, but I won't be a 34 the way I want to be because I'm still missing. I need some etheric light so I can put that back into the boots that I'm wearing now. I'm using the Crota raid boots,
Yeah.
and those boots give me so much. Like they make up. I don't have any grenade. I guess that's discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any discipline if I don't use those boots, and those boots give me like 50% discipline. So I want to ascend those so I can keep, and then I'll be perfect. Like that's all I have to do is just ascend my boots, and then I'll have exactly what I need to be a fucking beast in Crucible or whatever it is that we want to play.
You better get
And-
to it.
Yeah. So I need some etheric light, and see, but once I get the boots, I can use the boots so I can do 34 POE, and when I do 34 POE, I can you'll get etheric light out of that, and then I can go back and ascend the boots, and I'll be good to go. So I should be able to be a true 34 by the end of the week,
Cool.
and then I'll be fucking ready for trials. I'll be ready to do everything. I just need to ascend. I need to ascend that scout rifle that I got. I need to ascend it so it'll be at the new level, and then I need to ascend secret handshake,
Mm.
and then all my shit will be right because I can use. No, then I'll take that back. I also need to ascend the heavy machine gun that I have.
Yeah.
I need to ascend it so I have all my options, so I can run Red Death or the sniper or that scout rifle, or I can run or I can run Mida, or
Good.
Truth.
So you finally have good weapons, maybe.
yeah. I mean, I finally got to the point where I've got good weapons. I'm just working on
Eventually.
leveling them up. Yeah, I figure in 2 weeks I should be 100% perfect.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I
Just
haven't
waiting
played
on
with
you,
you.
man.
I haven't played with you in so long. You haven't even seen my purple people eater.
no, I'm fucking like, come on, let's play, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go touch myself or something, like whatever it is that you do.
Yeah, I was just sitting in the corner, touching myself,
So
looking at
You
the
gonna throw down
Destiny
this?
game box.
you can throw down this weekend.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll hold you to it.
I'll probably be on later in the week. I don't know. Depends how it goes at work, because I haven't been to work yet this week, so I'll probably have to work late.
Let me know, because I need to get some shit done. I want to get some playing in. I mean, I don't know what our weekly Wednesday night gaming is going to be. So I
Yeah.
know I'm going to run POE tomorrow with at least Switch Jackson. I don't know who our third's going to be. I've got to run the Nightfall so I can get my coins, because I'll have enough coins. If I run Nightfall twice on my first and second accounts, I'll have enough coins that I can pick up whatever armor is available for warlocks and whatever weapons available.
What coins? Coins are from Heroic.
I always get that mixed up. The weeklies. Run the weekly twice.
If you run the Nightfall, though, you have a chance of getting Etheric Light.
Yeah, well, I don't have any luck at fucking Nightfalls.
Hmm.
Like I have no luck getting drops out of that. So I need to run Crota like twice, because that's where I have my best drops.
I need.
That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to run through like Crota Hard or something because
Yeah.
that would,
I
that
need to
gets all
delete
your energies.
my Titan. I don't know. It's nice to have a Titan, but we only have real mystery.
No, and Mystery's got his Titan level to where it needs to be now. So like, I can totally stand on real mystery. I mean, if you wanna level a Titan up, that's fine. I'll
I don't want to though. I want another hunter for when. Oh, 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 oh. What did I do?
What'd you do?
What did I do?
I don't know. What'd you do?
For when what's it comes out.
No, the Taken King. Well,
Yeah,
see,
for when your third subclass drops. That's what I need my hunter for.
I've got a hunter that I haven't even done anything with. It's like a level 2 or a level 3. So whenever you're ready to whatever you want to start over with a character, let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll start over with that hunter and run through with it. Or I might
It
just
takes
delete it
like-
and use it as
It
Titan.
takes like 8
I don't
hours
care.
to get up.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Alright.
whenever you want to do it, let me know.
That's a
'Cause
podcast
I've-
with a bunch of
Yeah.
Destiny on the end.
Yeah, see, like always.
Well, sometimes we put Destiny at the beginning.
But Destiny's always in there.
Somewhere.
It's because it's a good game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know what I'm gonna do when Halo 5 comes out. I don't know. I don't think Halo 5 is gonna be. I don't know. Really, I only like playing multiplayer.
do too.
Even in Destiny, I just like PvP, especially if they're gonna start having elimination in there, because that's a fun game type.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
It reminds me of my old Gears of War, good times.
I'm down for it. You just pick the times and I'll be there.
I don't know. And one day we'll talk about why I really didn't want to play Destiny.
Maybe next week.
Maybe. Teaser. Stephen Hawking, that's why.
Clear your browser history.
Yep, clear your browser history. Unless you were looking up stuff about Stephen Hawking. Put that on Front
Then
Street. Take a screenshot of it and put it up on the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.com/Pigspod.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, that's a podcast. Wait a minute.
It was a good podcast.
Goodbye, Clarice.
Goodbye, Clarice.
That's fucking creepy.
All right.
So.